Hello and welcome to another tutorial on my channel Create by K. My hook size is 3.5 millimeter, and for this pattern I go and chain multiple of 4. First I go and make my slip knot, and now I go and chain 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I repeat 1, 2, 3 and 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. For row 1 I yarn over, I skip 2 chains into the 3rd chain. I go with my hook, grab the yarn. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, grab the yarn and pull through all 3 loops, and I have my first half double crochet. Now I go in each chain and make a half double crochet. Yarn over, move to the next chain, and I make half double crochet, and to the next one. On row 2, I go and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I yarn over, I skip the first chain into the 2nd chain. I go with my hook, grab the yarn, and I make a long loop. Yarn over again, I go with my finger right there, skip the next one into the next one. I do the same, and I make a loop. Yarn over, I go with my finger right there, skip the next one into the next one. I go and make another loop. I turn, I yarn over, skip the first stitch into the 2nd one. I go and make a loop. Now I grab the yarn and I pull through the first 3 loops, then pull through the next 2 loops, and then the next 2, and now the last and the last 2. Now I chain 2, 1 and 2, and I yarn over 3 times, 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on my hook. Go with my finger right there, and now I skip 1 and 2 into the 3rd chain. Go with my hook, grab the yarn, and now I grab the yarn and pull through the first 2 loops. Now the next 2 loops, the next 2 loops, and now the last 2. Now here I see there are some little bumps, I will say. What I need is to yarn over and to go on this loop and then to the other one. And I grab the yarn and I pull through right there. Now I go down so right here, but first I yarn over and then I go right there and I take the other one and I make a loop. Again, yarn over. This, the last one, is very easy to see, is this loop right here, and then the other one right there. And make a loop. I yarn over and I move to the next stitch and make loops. Now I need to close them, so first I grab the yarn and pull through the 3 loops. Now the 2 loops, 2 loops, and the last 2 loops. I chain 2, yarn over 3 times, skip 2 stitches into the 3rd stitch, make a loop, grab the yarn, pull through 2. So when I come back and make the loops, I go on this loop and that one right there, and then I pull through the next 2 loops and I go on this loop and that one right here, see, and then the next one and the last, and I see them, they are right there. Yarn over and I go with my hook and I make loops, and now I yarn over and I move to the next stitch and make a loop, grab the yarn, pull through the first 3 loops, the next 2 loops, the next 2, and the last 2. Now I repeat. For the last one I make my loops and now I yarn over and I move to the last stitch and make a loop, and now I pull through my loops, 3 of them, and then the 2, 2, and the last 2. Now I go and I repeat a row 1. I chain 1 and I turn, yarn over, I go to the first stitch right here and I make a half double crochet. I yarn over, I move to the next stitch and make another half double crochet. Into the 2 chain space I go and I make 2 half double crochet, and then to the chains, the stitches, I go with a half double crochet, and then to the 2 chains, 2 half double crochet, and I repeat. And now my last 2 stitches, I go into that stitch with a half double crochet, and now I don't really see my last stitch, but it's right there, is this loop, and then is that loop right there. This one right there. I yarn over and I go right there and I take the other loop from the other side and make my last half double crochet. Now I repeat row 2. I chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yarn over, skip the first chain into the second one, I go and I make a loop. Yarn over again, I skip the next one into the next one, I go and make a loop. Yarn over, skip the next one into the next one, I make a loop. I turn, I yarn over, skip the next stitch into the next one, I go with the loop. Now I grab the yarn and pull through the first 3 loops. Now pull through the next 2 loops, the next 2 and the last 2. I chain 2, yarn over 3 times, I skip 1 and 2 to the third chain, I go and make a loop. Now I pull through my loops like this. I yarn over and I go and make loops in this way. Yarn over to the next stitch, make a loop. And now I grab the yarn and pull through the 3 loops, then the 2 loops, the 2 loops and the last 2 loops. And I go and I repeat row 2 till to the end, and then I go to row 1 and then again I go with row 2 and repeat them.